Hi, welcome to My Mom Thinks I'm Cool, where we share the art that we love, be it film, television, or music. And today we are getting into the Godzilla mania and going to discuss a Godzilla film that maybe is a little less popular and is even derided by some Godzilla fans, and that is Son of Godzilla.
So this is a 1967 Godzilla sequel, and it is widely derided as a weaker entry in the franchise. And I guess the most noteworthy thing about this movie is that it features a cute, in quotation marks there, mini Godzilla, who is the titular Son of Godzilla.
Yeah, so just like a very basic plot overview, there is an island that has some scientists set up on it because they are doing experiments to try to control the climate. And while they are there is the discovery of an egg. And within this egg is hatched a creature, which is the Son of Godzilla / Manila, as he's known, or I've also heard people refer to him as Mania. But he is, for all purposes, the mini Godzilla, baby Godzilla. And he somehow is able to communicate out for Godzilla to come to the island and help raise and take care of this little baby Godzilla.
So, there's a lot to talk about here, but I think let's start with the fact that no one knows the gender of Godzilla. Is Godzilla male, female, or something else? We just don't know. So Godzilla could well have laid the egg from which hatches Son of Godzilla, or maybe the Son of Godzilla is just an adopted son. We don't really find out in the movie. I suppose it doesn't really matter. But what does matter is that the Godzilla suit used in this movie is absolutely ludicrous, and he looks like the Cookie Monster melted. It's widely derided as the worst Godzilla suit. And Son of Godzilla, you know, I think it depends how you feel about a cutesy Godzilla, mini Godzilla. I wasn't terribly thrilled with the suit design of the mini Godzilla, but I think Kim thought it was cute.
I really liked it. He's like this interesting mix of, because he's not fully grown yet, so he's cute, but also sometimes a little ugly cute sometimes, and I thought it was wonderful.
And the plot revolves around, at least with the monsters, is adult Godzilla is trying to teach the Son of Godzilla how to be a Godzilla, how to roar, how to shoot radioactive fire from his mouth. And so those scenes are kind of sweet and touching, I suppose. And of course on this island there are a variety of monsters. There are giant radioactive praying mantises that were actually made huge by the climate experiments that we spoke of earlier. And then of course there's a giant spider. So a lot of the plot revolves around the Son of Godzilla wandering off on his own because he's curious and hungry often, and then he finds himself in trouble, and then the adult Godzilla has to kind of bail him out.
I think this film is fun. It takes a more childlike approach to Godzilla, and you have to know that when you're going into it. There's some slapstick humor within it, which I found really fun, and I know Graham, he actually laughed out loud at some of the parts. It actually has character development for both Godzilla and the Son of Godzilla, which is a bit of a departure from most Godzilla films. I wouldn't say there's necessarily character development for Godzilla himself. I thought the puppeteering work on the spider was really impressive, and I enjoyed watching that. And the human characters were really good as well. It's one of the times where the human story, you're not annoyed with it and wanting it to end. I thought they did a good job with that. But you have to know that you're going in for more of a fun, silly take, like a knowingly silly take with Godzilla. I have read some people refer to the Son of Godzilla as the Jar Jar Binks of Godzilla, and I think that that is really unwarranted and an unfair attack on Manila.
Yeah, it is very harsh. I would argue that Godzilla is the Jar Jar Binks of Godzilla in this particular movie because his suit is just so ridiculous.
But neither of the characters are Jar Jar.
Right. Yeah, the human storyline is kind of compelling. They are very likable characters. You've got these scientists who are trying to do this mission of changing the climate, and then you've got this journalist who parachutes in and refuses to leave, and he's a very compelling character. And then you have this random woman who lives on the island because her father was an archaeologist who passed away, and she has been living on this island. And they all come together, and it's kind of a compelling and sweet storyline, except like the theme of this movie, like a lot of the Godzilla movies, is that the humans, they're just so destructive. Even though they're nice people, what they do is really destructive to nature. And definitely the case here where the humans are trying to conduct experiments on changing the climate, and surprise, surprise, it's a disaster.
Yeah, and it should be noted they want to do it for good reasons. Like, they see that the way the Earth is going, that there will be a time in the not too distant future where there's food shortages. So they think that if they can control the climate, that they can make more fertile lands around the world. So while there is like the intentions are good, it's like not an experiment that's totally thought out in terms of what that would do.
Yeah, and it ultimately leads to one of the most devastating scenes in all of Godzilla movies, where Godzilla and Son of Godzilla are huddling in this winter snow conditions that were created by the humans on this tropical island, and seemingly freezing to death. Though it's undercut by the journalist as he rows away in a boat saying, oh no, they'll just hibernate. But how or why he would know this is unknown.
Yeah, I actually had tears in my eyes. I found it so touching. It's really sweetly done, and it's one of the ways I found it interesting the way they vocalized Son of Godzilla, because when he would throw a temper tantrum, it would almost be like he sounded like a donkey. But when he has this moment where he just can't take the cold anymore and he kind of just collapses into the snow, he has these whimpers that very much sounded like a puppy whimper. And even our dog Cooper, like, she totally became entranced with the screen and listening and watching when that happened because of how sad and puppy-like the noises were. So I think that this is one of those films that goes along with what Jean Cocteau said about his film Beauty and the Beast, that to enjoy it, you have to love your dog more than your car. And I think with Son of Godzilla, you have to be one of those people who sees your beautiful pet as family and not something other.
So that's a lot to talk about for what is ultimately a really campy entry in this series.
Yeah, it's just really fun.
So
it's really fun.
We do recommend you check out Son of Godzilla. It doesn't necessarily have the epic fight scenes of, say, the recent Godzilla movie. Is it Godzilla vs. Kong or Kong vs. Godzilla?
Godzilla vs. Kong.
Which we also watched and quite enjoyed. This is another level. This is a bit sillier. It's a bit campier, but it is well worth checking out if you know that in advance. And definitely worth checking out if you just want to have a laugh at how ridiculous Godzilla looks in this particular entry.
So thanks so much for tuning in to My Mom Thinks I'm Cool. Bye.